I'll quickly mention this. The son of Snow White producer Mark Platt, Jonah Platt is the son's name. He is speaking out publicly against Rachel Zegler and blaming her for the film's catastrophic failure at the box office. He wrote a comment on Instagram in response to someone who was upset that his dad reportedly reprimanded Zegler for her antics, at some point before the movie came out. And I just want to read this. So the comment says, "Your dad flew to NYC to reprimand a young actress. Any word on this? Because that's creepy as hell and uncalled for. People have the right to free speech. No? Shame on your father." And then Jonah Platt, who's the son of the producer of the film, responded and said, "You really want to do this? Yeah, my dad, the producer of an enormous piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, had to leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand his 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics into the middle of promoting the movie for which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for. This is called adult responsibility and accountability, and her actions clearly hurt the film's box office. Free speech does not mean you're allowed to say whatever you want in your private employment without repercussions. Tens of thousands of people worked on that film, and she hijacked the conversation for her own immature desires at the risk of all the colleagues and crew and blue-collar workers who depend on that movie to be successful. Narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged." Well, I mean, he's totally right. Now, of course, as we covered, the movie is terrible anyway in its own right. It was probably going to underperform regardless. People are tired of the soulless cash grab remake thing. They're tired of all that. The movie has all kinds of problems that could be pinned partly on the producer. Like the producer did not do a good job. Nobody who produced this movie did a good job. And that's apart from all of the political controversy started by the actress. So the movie had all kinds of problems creatively and conceptually, but there's no doubt that she drove the final nail into this movie's coffin. She probably drove the final 2 or 3 nails into the coffin. And a lot of what you see with Zegler is really just this pretty common Gen Z mentality and approach to work. That she believes that she should be able to express herself and speak her truth or whatever nonsense, regardless of the consequences to everybody else. But in reality, you have a job. You're getting paid to do this job. You signed on the dotted line. You took on the role. You took the job. And that job comes with certain basic responsibilities. And one of the most basic is the responsibility to control yourself and comport yourself a certain way publicly so that you don't harm the project and thereby harm all the hundreds of other people who are working on it. So, a lot has been said about the fact that Rachel Zegler is a leftist fruitcake, and she is, but she's also just a spoiled, entitled, narcissistic brat who was perfectly willing, because she's not well, she might be stupid, but she's not so dumb that she didn't realize that by, for example, coming out and saying that all Trump supporters deserve to suffer for she's smart enough to know that, of course, that's going to upset a large portion of the potential audience for this project that I'm on. But she knew that, and she didn't care because has this mentality. She's not the only one. It's kind of a common mentality that, hey, the only thing that matters is how I feel. It's the only thing that matters in the world. And there are no obligations or responsibilities that I could possibly have that would outrank my own feelings. And I think that's really what this all comes down to. Hey, YouTube, thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like access to my full show with no ads, you should go to dailywire.com and use promo code Walsh to get 2 months free on all annual plans. See you there.